I watched Frieren for the first time 2.5 years after the hype to see if it's actually as good as people make it out to be. And my answer is yes, it is actually that good. Frieren is a straight up 10 out of 10 anime and deserved all the hype it got. And honestly, I'm kinda mad and embarrassed that I thought it was a bad anime and that all the hype was BS. But why? Why is it actually good? And why do I think that it deserved all the hype that it got? And I think my answer will kinda surprise you. The thing is that I started Frieren back when it came out and I watched maybe like 6 episodes or so. Like right to the point where Stark fights a dragon. And honestly, I thought it was the most boring shit I've seen in a very long time. I mean, let's be real, Frieren is part of those things where you need to get it. You know, like Souls games. Either you get him or you don't. And in my opinion, Frieren's start isn't very easy to get into. Like, it's not your typical anime with an incredible first episode or something where the music and animation is so ridiculously good that you feel like you need to have to binge it in a day. But it was still an anime that I just couldn't let go. I just didn't understand why so many people loved this anime. I mean, Frieren herself became such a big icon that all of Twitter is full with Frieren cosplay and fan arts and, you know, other stuff about her. Like, it really felt like she became the new 2B, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so, like the title of this video already explains, I tried Frieren again. Though this time, I did something very unusual for me. You know, like normally I'm one of those pretentious people that claim that sub is always better than dub. Because, you know, dub can often feel very off sometimes and, you know, even cringe. Unfortunately, I forgot which clip it was, but I remember seeing a Frieren clip with the English dub and I absolutely fell in love with her voice. So I gave it another shot. But this time with the English dub, so, you know, I could watch it while eating or even gaming. You know, like playing Marvel Rivals Ranked or, I don't know, League and watching it on the side. The first, I don't know, 6 or 7 episodes were pretty much whatever because I already knew them. But I noticed that around episode 8, I paused my games more and more. Like my focus shifted from Frieren being the side chick to, you know, Frieren becoming the main one. And I think a big shift happened for me around episode 10. I know that the anime has been out for a few years now, but I'm still trying to be, you know, rather spoiler free, so I'm not going to say what exactly happened in this episode. But trust me, bro, this was maybe one of the most wild moments in anime ever. And I really didn't expect, you know, such an episode from Frieren. So after that, I was hooked. Like honestly, I got fucking addicted. This was the point where I got it. I finally understood the appeal of Frieren. I think I watched the rest of the anime in like 2 days or so and I loved every second of it. Frieren is a slow burner. It really isn't what you would expect from an anime nowadays. But I think that exactly this is why so many people fell in love with it. Frieren being, you know, rather boring anime is what makes it so great. It made me feel calmer and more relaxed. It's just one of those things that makes you feel good. It's funny and goofy, but also very deep and sometimes even serious. It will ask questions about life and death, about relationships and emotions, about love and trust. And all of that without being too pretentious with it. Though I think what made me personally fall in love with Frieren was something entirely different. And maybe this sounds weird, but Frieren feels like One Piece before the time skip. I'm still a big fan of One Piece, don't get me wrong, but I made an entire video about why it feels different after the time skip. But to give you a very quick summary, before the time skip, like before the stakes got so high and the story's cast got bigger and bigger, it was just a story about a crew and their adventures. I loved the small moments when they had fun between arcs. You know, like talking and cooking and goofing around. Like more of the slice of life aspect where you see the cast in rather, you know, normal situations. And this is what Frieren feels like. The whole anime is basically about these small interactions. About going grocery shopping and buying birthday presents. About interactions between the cast and their surroundings. And by the way, the cast is fucking incredible. This is one of the few exceptions where I have to say that the protagonist is actually the coolest and most interesting character in the whole story. I just adore Frieren so fucking much. She feels like such a breath of fresh air. But Frieren and Stark are also super interesting and creative characters. On the surface, both of them seem very basic, but soon you will notice that they're so much deeper than you would expect. And I just love the interactions between both of them. And hopefully it will end exactly the way that I expected between them. Though, to be fair, I love the interactions between the whole cast. I just love how Stark and Frieren make Frieren more grounded and how Frieren makes both of them grow beyond what I could have ever imagined. But this is the point where I want to hit pause, because this video is just supposed to be, you know, a small side quest, so as always I want to keep it relatively short. Though, to spoiler it, I definitely plan to make a main video about Frieren where I want to talk about the psychology of a specific aspect of the anime and how this specific aspect tricks our brains into parasocial attachment. So, in the end, yes, Frieren is an absolute banger. It is one of the most interesting and one of the most unique animes I have seen in a very long time, and it absolutely deserved all the hype it got. That's about it. Don't forget to like and sub, See ya in the next one.
Gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day I die, I'ma touch the sky. Back when they